Hello there and welcome to yet another commentary here on Jassen Gaming. My name is Jassen, and in this video I'm going to be starting a new series called Battlefield Tips and Tricks, where I'm going to be helping you guys get better at Battlefield. So in this video we're going to be basically taking care of all the things you need to know when you're moving around maps and when you're engaging enemies. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So first of all, if you're on foot, don't walk on main roads. If you walk on the main roads, you're likely going to be spotted by enemies, and they're going to either snipe you, throw RPGs at you, not throw, but like shoot RPGs at you, or they're going to come over there and try to kill you, and they may have a tank. And if they have a tank or like a dune buggy or something that you're probably going to die from, that's pretty much why you got to stay off of main roads. If you're on main roads, you're just going to get spotted. It's pretty obvious that that's going to happen. So pretty much stay on the side of the roads. Just go on the side of the roads. Don't go right in the middle of the road. Just stay on the sides. Try to find some cover behind rocks and then, if you see nobody's coming and stuff like that, then you move to your next position, kind of like hold positions when you're trying to move to point A to point B and stuff like that. And that'll really help you so that you don't die right away. And next, when you're in a vehicle, try to stay off of the main roads as well, because if you're on the main roads, there's so many people who have equipped RPGs, C4s, and repair tools, and those are the things that are going to kill you. And you're also going to get spotted crazy on the main roads because everybody's watching the main roads, because main roads go to, all the flags, all the bombs. If you're playing Conquest, if you're playing Rush, a lot of people use them. If you're playing Team Deathmatch, like, main roads are always used. That's not a lot of people use the side of the roads. They like to follow the road, and that's why they like to die so much. Or they don't like to die, but that's why they die so much. So just don't use the main roads if you're on foot, on a in a vehicle, and you should be pretty successful while doing that if you just use the sides of the roads and use cover sometimes. You don't always have to be behind cover, but just try to use cover as much as possible. Now, if you want to basically defend your team and defend flags and stuff, you got to know how to engage enemies, because if people are going to try to cap your flag in Conquest, they're going to most likely come from one side of the map on their spawn in a vehicle like a tank or a dune buggy. They're going to come in one of those things, and they're going to be raising hell on your side of the map. So you're going to need to know how to take them out without them killing you and then taking over your base. So basically, don't engage the enemy vehicles or enemies right away. And you can use like C4 and repair tools, but basically, if you see a vehicle coming, hide. But make sure that you know where make sure you can be able to watch them, but hide and make sure they can't see you. Because there's not it's not like Call of Duty where you can see on the radar, see where everybody is and stuff like that. So just hide somewhere on the side of the road is what I would do, because a lot of people use the main roads for using vehicles and transportation. And if you're on the side of the road and they quickly pass by you, you can quickly get up, chase behind them, make sure they don't see you, make sure they're stopped or something or focused on someone else, and then you quickly get behind them, use either C4 or a repair tool, or if you have like an RPG or something, C4s do the best if you have C4, so I recommend using C4 if you're going to be like an engineer or something, or like a support, like you're going to get all the vehicles, you're going to take everybody out so that people don't come and, mess up your team and stuff like that. So I would recommend using C4s and repair tool. Engineer kit and the class for engineer is really good, so I recommend using engineer, and you get lots of points as well. And pretty much just throw a C4 on the back of their tank or their dune buggy or whatever kind of vehicle they're using. Throw a C4 on the back and quickly run away. Boom, blow that stuff up. It'll kill the people inside and it'll blow the whole tank up. Now, if you're going to use a repair tool, you basically run behind, repair it. It won't actually repair it. It will basically make it so that you can't use it, and it'll pretty much kick everyone who's in the tank or vehicle. It'll kick them out, and then they won't actually die. So be prepared to pull out your weapon quickly and kill whoever gets out of the tank, and then eventually it'll blow up. Whatever kind of vehicle it is, it'll blow up after. And they may try to repair it. A lot of people try to repair it. They get out. They don't even bother of like trying to kill whoever blew it up. They try to repair it immediately. So yeah, sometimes you can get a free kill really easily if you know what you're doing. Now, for vehicles, don't engage enemies right away either. Like if you're in a dune buggy and someone's in a tank, obviously they have the advantage. You have a machine gun, they have bombs that they can shoot at you. So yeah, you can tell that they have the advantage. So you need to know how to get like to them, and you don't always have to take them out. If they were in a tank and you were in like a jeep or something, I recommend what you do is you take the jeep quickly, go at them, quickly hop out, and use your C4 or your repair tool and blow their freaking thing up. Like, just blow it up, and then you don't have to worry about them, killing you. But if you're in a tank and someone else is in a dune buggy, go ham on them. Just start whipping out bolts and bombs and all that great stuff. Just do that, and you'll most likely kill them. But when you know that the enemy has the advantage, a lot of the time you're on foot and they have a tank or something, they have the upper hand. But if you're really smart enough and you know what you're doing, you're going to have the upper hand, which is basically what C4 and repair tool comes in handy. So that's why I say to use that kind of stuff. Now, if you're in an aircraft, a lot of the time people are gonna freaking use the jets. They're gonna use heat seekers, the most annoyingest thing in the world for people who like to use aircrafts. People, they like to follow right behind you. The enemies, they will follow right behind you, and they will start heat seeking you. And it's just annoying as hell because they almost get you every single time. And then it's just, and a lot of them just bought the heat seekers. Like, they didn't even earn it, they just bought it because you can do that in Battlefield 3. And I mean, this series is basically for all Battlefields, because Battlefield plays the same. They just have like better graphics in each game that they make, and a couple different like weapons and bikes and stuff like that. But that's not the point. Basically, if you're in a jet, you're gonna have to use pretty much everything you got. Helicopters are really easy to use. People think helicopters are harder to use than jets sometimes, but to follow behind someone is really hard, and that's what you got to practice when you're up in the sky. You got to practice following behind enemies. Not everybody has heat seekers, so if you can get the people, you're pretty much screwed if you don't have heat seekers on a jet, or on a helicopter even. Helicopters are a little bit better because you can have more than one person in them. So I recommend if you use a helicopter, use, you tell your teammates if they're in your helicopter to, shoot whatever they see is moving and stuff like that. And you're just the driver. But, I mean, just shoot whatever you see, because you can have, like, up to 4 people, I believe it is, in a helicopter. So just tell them to shoot, and that'll really help you out. But if you're in it alone, then just use your heat seekers if you have them. If you don't, if you only have like a machine gun, then try to follow behind people or stay from a distance. If you stay from a distance, sometimes you can get them because you can stay in one position with a helicopter. With a jet, it's a little bit harder because you're always moving, but with a helicopter, you don't have to move. So you can kind of stick from a distance and kill from a distance, and that works too. And then you can unlock your heat seekers, and then you can just start mowing down all the other aircrafts. You can also shoot the ground, so you can shoot like people on the ground. You barely ever get anybody, but for the air, basically just follow people, and yeah, it's not very hard for the air. But that's pretty much what you do when you're in a helicopter. I don't know what else to really say about the helicopter. That's pretty much it. Just try to get your heat seekers unlocked. Do whatever you have to do. Once you get your heat seekers, just know how to follow behind the enemy. And if you can get right up their ass, like just legit right up the ass, you'll do good and you'll kill them. Because that's pretty much the ticket. That's the key. Okay, everybody, that is the key to using aircrafts, is make sure you know how to get up their ass. Okay. Same with jets. Jets, if you can't, like, if you don't know how to get behind the enemy and stay behind the enemy and like make sure they don't know where you are at all times, if you don't know how to do that, you're not going to be successful in the air. And I would stick to the ground and stick to, what I taught you for on foot and in vehicles. But there's not a lot of things you need to learn for aircrafts. Aircrafts are pretty mandatory. It's pretty easy to learn what you have to do. There's not a lot of secrets to learn, like don't walk on main roads, don't engage vehicles right away, and all that kind of stuff. What to use, what not to use, when to engage, when not to engage, and all that kind of stuff, and where to go, where not to go. With aircrafts, it's a lot different. Like all you have to do is really fly, patrol the areas, make sure the skies are clean, make sure there's no enemies flying around blowing people up, because there are a lot of people who like to sit in helicopters and literally they like to spawn trap and stuff, and it's really annoying, but they like to shoot people on the ground and kill everybody and all that stuff, which is why if you like to go in the air, you're really helping your team out from all the enemies who will kill you on the ground. So you're helping your teammates out if you know how to do aircraft. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we have for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this tips and tricks video helped you out. If you liked this video and you want to see more tips and tricks on Battlefield with Jassen, then please leave some likes, comment below, and give me some ideas for what kind of tips and tricks you want. In the next episode, I'm going to be teaching you what type of guns to use for what type of player you are, and just that type of thing. If you're looking for points and stuff like that, that's what I'm going to teach you in episode 2 of Battlefield Tips and Tricks. So anyways, I'll see you guys in episode 2. Bye.